When making a 2-point perspective drawing, keep in mind that there are 2 points, one on each end of your paper. So you're literally going to make 2 points, one over here and one over here. Then you're going to take your ruler, and you're going to want a big ruler, maybe even a really long yardstick ruler if you have a really big piece of paper. But this one is a 9 by 12 and it is smaller, so I can use a fairly smaller ruler. I line up the points, hold firmly on the ruler, and draw the horizon line across the paper, connecting the dots. The 2 points are connected, and now I have a horizon line. That's in the background. Behind what we're going to make is a cityscape. The cityscape will be buildings that are coming close to you at a corner and then going smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller as they go towards the vanishing points. The very first building, in fairly the middle, it doesn't have to be exact middle because that's not always interesting, maybe a little offset from the middle, you're going to have the corner of the building that's closest to you. All lines on the buildings are all vertical up and down. They're all going to be straight up and down. So this will be the corner of the building that's closest to me. Now, since this is the building that's closest to me, everything on the left side will go towards this vanishing point, and everything on the right side will go towards this vanishing point. So I will line up all of my tops and bottoms to the points, and all my sides will be up and down, vertical. Now I have to decide how wide I want this first building. You know, looking at it, I feel like it's a little crooked, so I'm just going to erase it. It's okay to make mistakes. And I'm going to straighten it up just a bit. There we go. Now I need to decide how wide I want it on this side. I think about here would be good. Nice and light. Don't draw dark. Draw light until we know we have it right. On the bottom of the buildings, I'm going to draw the sidewalk that's up against the building, and I start from the corner of the building all the way back to the point and draw all the way back. Now the line went over, so I just give it a good erase. Now the top of the building, depending on how tall I want it to be, I line up the top corner with the point and I make a line and erase that extra. Now I can erase the horizon line that's behind the building also. Now I have the left side of the building. Now we're going to do the right side of the building. Starting from the bottom corner to the right side vanishing point, I line them up, hold my ruler firmly, and make the line. For the top of the building, again, I line up the corner of the building, the top corner, with this side vanishing point, and I draw a line for about how wide I want it to be, probably around there. And then I'm going to draw my vertical line. Maybe I don't want it this wide. I kind of want to bring it in. And then I just erase the extra. And I can also erase the back horizon line because it's behind the building. Now I'm going to do a building on the neighbor side. So this neighbor building over here, maybe I want it to be about this wide. And then draw for the roof, line up to the dot, right to the edge of that building. Erase any extra lines and erase the horizon line behind it. Now I'm going to do a building on this side, going towards this vanishing point. Again, draw the side of the building about this wide. And then I draw the roof of the building. There we go. Starting here. And erase any extra lines and the back horizon line. Now I have a building on both sides of this building. I'm going to darken up this line just a bit so you can see it. There we go. Maybe I want one more building over here. And they get a little smaller as they go away from you. Everything gets smaller as it's going away from you. Now I'll leave the back horizon lines. That's just where the horizon is. It's the background. Now in front I'm going to put a sidewalk. I want my skyscrapers to look pretty big, so I need a pretty small sidewalk. And a little line there. Remember, everything goes towards those vanishing points. Now a little lip curb on the sidewalk. Need a little line going down. Something to line up to. Line it up with that point and the bottom of the curb. And we have a little curb. Now I'm going to have the road. And I kind of figured if I wanted my door to be about this big, then the road is going to be about this big probably. Pretty big road. And then something to think about are the lines in the middle of the road to split the lanes. And those get smaller as you're going back also. Feel free to pause anytime during this video. Whenever you're working on a skill, just pause the video, work on it, rewind it if you need to, and come back to it. Now that we're done with this, there's another video that shows how to put in windows and doors and other items on your building. You think about what you're going to put in the sky, hot air balloons, planes, nothing, clouds, trees up front, signs, whatever you're going to want in your city because it's your city. Maybe put signs on top of the buildings. Lots of creative things could happen with this. It's totally up to you.